What's going on, guys? Blazing Tech. Today we're going to be doing a bass tutorial, and today we're going to be teaching you guys how to play Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. That album was great. This is such a delicious bass line. It sounds something like this. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. On the recording, the bass player is playing a P bass. Obviously, this is a J bass, so if you kind of want it to sound natural on a P bass, give it a little bit of tone. I like to give a little tone on a P bass. But on a jazz bass, I'm isolating that front pickup, the neck pickup. And to break it down simply, essentially all that we're doing is we're just playing these roots. So the first root is E natural, and then we're going into a B, and then a G natural, and then a D. And basically we're just dressing that up with the octave notes. So that's E and E, right? B and B, again. G and G, and then obviously following suit D and D. So now we just have to dress it up rhythmically, right? And I'm going to show you guys like the easiest fingering, and then I'm going to show you guys kind of what the recording more or less does. So essentially right here, if we have our finger in first position, not low one, but the first position. So we're going to be going open. And that's going to be kind of I'm not going to give you the count, but that's kind of what I like to do to account for that rest on beat 3. So I think it's something like 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3. So yeah, that's kind of the count. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So I'm going to go ahead and refer that as da 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 from now on, so we don't have to count that out. But right on that little rest in there on beat 3, I like to kind of give it a little bit of a percussive pop. So that's just something I like to do. It gives me something to kind of fill the space with right there. So let's go ahead and get into the fingering now. Okay, so here we go right here. So we're going to have our first finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and this is going to be our open E string up top. So it's, and that's leading us into that B. So 4 and 1 is going to be right there. I would do that all with the first finger, so we're staying in that position. So just, so there we go. So that first little bit of the line is, so that's going to be kind of that shape, that disco shape that we know. So there we go. It'll be the 2nd fret on the A string and the 4th fret on the G string right there. And you're going to kind of want to get used to that shape right there. So I wish I could just show you. Okay, I kind of can't. You can see me kind of get away with that right there. So again, the fingering right here is, so there we go. As we lead into that G, I would come over there and pop that with, I would do 1, 2, and then 1 here. And then we're going to be right here to lead into that D. So yeah, when we're actually playing it, instead of staying on that D for a while, we'll bop right back up to the A, which will lead us right back into the E. So much, as you can see, the fingering isn't really too hard. I would definitely practice it really, really slowly at first to get a good feel of it. But yeah, essentially, we're just moving that shape around, and you can see how I did it. And then on that 4 and 1, you just kind of have to feel it out, whatever's comfortable for you. That's why right here, I think this is probably the most complicated one. I like to catch that F right here and then go into that F sharp and G. Just 1, 2, and then 1 right here. And we're just bringing that shape down to the A string right here on the 3rd fret of the A string. So that's C, 4 and 1 and. There we go. So that's how that main riff goes. And you can watch this part slowly and slowly. So now let's kind of get into a little bit more of the intricacies of how the actual live recording sounds. So one variation that he likes to do is he likes to go. That's kind of difficult, so I wouldn't recommend you try that if you're just learning this as a beginner, but I'll kind of break that down. So that's a doozy right there. See, I can't even do it again. I think it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So there, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So basically, we're leading into that G right there. So again, this is kind of hard. So we're gonna go 1 fret on the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. Then we're gonna go to the 5th fret, and then on the 2nd fret of the D string, we're gonna do a hammer on right there. Catch that 5th fret again. That's a really cool lead, and it sounds great, but it is a little tough. So that's something you can work into and watch it again. So to close it out, there's that one variation right in there where she goes. Super easy. You just hold half of it, and then the second half is really easy. And the whole band does the same thing, kind of. So you'll be able to pick that up really easy. So it goes. You can see the fingers, super easy. And then we go back. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed how to watch this. It's a very simple, rudimentary, kind of a cover and kind of a tutorial walkthrough with a little bit of analysis on how to play Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you like this style, I can definitely break down a lot of other bass lines. I know a lot of different songs, and yeah, I hope this helps somebody out, and yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.